Welcome back to PrintTech's tutorials. This time I'm going to show you how to set up a 5-panel artwork, basically how to mock up any image on a 5-panel for a 5-panel wall art. So here I have these blanks that you'll probably be getting through the members area. So these 5 boxes, notice that each one is a separate layer. Also notice how they are sandwiched together. They're very close together. It's important to start that way. So you might have seen that image that I'm going to use. I'll drag it to the front. And so I want to make this larger than the black boxes here, the black rectangles. So I'm going to go to Edit, Free Transform, grab the corner, hit Shift to keep its proportion, and then just enlarge it larger than the boxes. Whoops. So that's pretty big, maybe a little bit too big, so we'll make it a little smaller. That should be about right. And then I'll hit OK. And the best way to look at this is to go to your opacity, lower it down to about 50%. So that gives you a sense of what you're looking at, where to place it. So obviously this is the bride and the groom, the most important part of the image. One thing though is notice how it's going to, if I move it any further, if I center it on this center panel, it's going to leave some space. So we want to be able to cover the entire black box. So again, I'll go to Edit, Free Transform, and make it a little bit larger. Hit OK. And I might need to do it just a little bit more. It's usually not a good idea to, here I'll show you, Edit, Free Transform. It's usually not a good idea to pull to enlarge it from the sides or the tops, but sometimes you can get away with it without it affecting the image too much. So if I zoom in, their faces didn't get too skewed or too out of proportion here. So that looks pretty good. The next step is to select each box out of the picture. So here's how we're going to do it. Take your mouse and place it on the box to the left. Now hit the Command button if you're using a Mac and the Control button if you're using PC. So once you hit the Command button, click that black box and you see that that black box becomes selected. So then we want to make sure that our image layer is selected, and then we're going to do Edit, Copy, and Paste. And so it pastes right on top. So we're going to do the same thing with each black box. So Command or Control, click. It selects that layer. Select the image layer. Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. So now we've got 2. On to the third one. Command or Control. Make sure the image is selected. Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. And the last 2. You can also do Command C, Command V for copy paste shortcut. Okay, so I'm going to hide the main image. So here we have our lovely image of this wedding scene, and then I'm going to hide the black boxes, our template. So what you want to do is move them away, and what I like to do is basically just move it, the outer 2, well, I'll show you. So we'll start with the very left, this one here. So I'll use my arrows tool to just move it about 10 to 14 spaces to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then I'm going to take the one that's to the right of it, this one here, and move that over 7. Okay, so that's about equal. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this, the furthermost right panel. and then the next one. Okay, so next thing to do is to put a white background because we're going to put a layer, we're going to put a drop shadow on these. So just go to your foreground color, your paint tool, dump some white paint on an empty layer, and there you go. So I'll just take the middle panel and go to FX, drop shadow, move it over so I can see it, give it something that looks a little bit realistic. And so this is just for your mock-up. This is to show your customers different options, different ways they can use this 5-panel wall art. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to hit OK. And the beauty of this is, so we've got our effects here on this layer 4. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say copy layer style. And then I'm going to select all of the other layers and right click paste layer style. And so it gives the exact same layer style to all of the panels. So this is your wall art. Pretty quick, easy, simple mock-up. Thanks for watching.